Wow. Okay. YouTube Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. The 49ers have just traded for defensive end Chase Young from the Washington Commanders. Wow. Okay. That was not the trade that I expected to happen. I would have liked to see a corner or, an interior offensive lineman, but I'm not mad whatsoever. The 49ers essentially just traded for Chase Young for free. They gave up a compensatory third round pick in return for Chase Young. Now, sorry for the delay in this video. I was trying to get all the details and full understanding of this trade that just went down. But the 49ers will get a compensatory third round pick at the end of the year if Chase Young elects to leave the 49ers and join another team. So essentially, they gave up a third-round pick, and at worst, they'll receive a third-round pick in return if Chase Young decides to leave. Wow, okay. It was always noted, and the 49ers were always rumored to make another trade for defensive line help. They did it a couple weeks ago with Randy Gregory when they essentially gave up nothing for Randy Gregory as well. They inquired earlier this morning about Montez Sweat. Nothing really came to fruition. The Chicago Bears ended up trading for Montez Sweat and gave up a second-round pick for Montez Sweat. And the 49ers then shift their focus to Chase Young, and they get him for a compensatory third-round pick. So for the value and for what the 49ers will be paying Chase Young for the remainder of the season, it was a steal. I don't know how nobody else in the NFL let the 49ers give up literally a third-round pick. There's other teams out there that could have used Chase Young more than we could have, and all they had to do was give up a third-round pick. And the thing is, the 49ers are going to have a mid to late-round pick in the third round. This isn't a thing where it's like the 49ers gave up a high third-round pick, and even if they did give up a high third-round pick, it's still a steal. Look, the rich get richer. This is exactly what this move is. The 49ers, obviously with the 26th ranked run defense in the NFL, needed help when it comes to run defense. Chase Young is a guy that will immediately come in and make a difference for this defensive line, you would think, right? The defensive line struggles. This should put a cap on things. You're going to have Nick Bosa on one edge, Chase Young on the other, and you're going to have Hargrave and Armstead, at the interior spots for defensive tackle. This defensive line has never been loaded ever. And I was saying this before getting Chase Young, but getting Chase Young now, I don't really even know what to say. Massive move for the Niners to essentially get Chase Young for free. Seemingly makes no sense to me. And here's another thing, too. Like, going into this trade deadline, I don't think defensive line was the 49ers' biggest need. They could have gotten a corner. The Bears obviously were rumored to be shopping Jaylon Johnson. They allowed him to seek a trade last night. And nothing came to fruition with that. They ended up saying no to essentially everybody who offered something for Jaylon Johnson. The Bills were involved. The Eagles were involved. The Bills were involved. They were it's rumored to be on Twitter right now that the Bills were the most heavy team, they were the most involved in being the most aggressive in an attempt to trading for Jaylon Johnson. But the Bears gave them a no as well. The Bills ended up shifting their focus in another direction and trading. They ended up trading for Packers cornerback Rasul Douglas. So 49ers weren't able to get a deal done for a corner. There is rumors out there that the 49ers had a deal in place to get Giants cornerback Adoree Jackson, which would have been massive. And you would have immediately labeled the 49ers as winners to this trade deadline. And I'll be making another video following this one about the Adoree Jackson rumors. But either way, Niners defensive line just got a whole lot better with Chase Young. Again, they basically got him for free. If he leaves after this season, the 49ers will receive another compensatory third-round pick. They also received one when Mike McGlinchey left, and they also received one when executive Ron Carthon took the Tennessee Titans general manager job. So they're loaded with like third-round compensatory picks. So you basically gave up, you lost Mike McGlinchey, you could say, and in return you got Chase Young. And again, the 49ers aren't really losing much if they don't end up coming to an agreement on an extension for Chase Young after the season. Obviously, we know that Chase Young is due for an extension following this year. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but as of right now, I mean, the 49ers are in win-now mode. They need to turn this thing around, and I think with them being ranked 26th in the NFL in run defense, that should change immediately because, I mean, now not only do you have to worry about Hargrave in the inside and Bosa on the edge and Armstead as well, but now you have Chase Young, who was the 2020 second overall pick. So now the 49ers have the 2020 second overall pick in Chase Young and the 2019 second overall pick in Nick Bosa. This defensive line is absolutely loaded. Again, I was saying this before we got Chase Young. It's his perfect example of the rich get richer, and that's exactly what the 49ers did with Chase Young, and this is massive news. Obviously, it's pending a physical right now, but yeah, Chase Young to the Niners. It was always rumored out there that this could happen, and John Lynch gets a deal done. Again, I would have liked to see them target a corner, maybe get a corner. I would have liked to see them target interior offensive line. But I love this just as much as getting a corner, to be completely honest. I mean, this is a massive move. Obviously, with Chase Young, there's some health problems. There's some health issues you kind of have to worry about. There's some concerns. But at the end of the day, you addressed a position in which was loaded but was struggling, especially in the run defense. So the 49ers coming out of this bye should have absolutely no problems getting to the pass or getting pressure on the quarterback no more. And this should also bolster their run defense by a lot. So, again, I love the move. You basically got him for free. This defensive line is absolutely loaded. The problems with the defensive line should stop now. They need to make the necessary adjustments in the bye week. And then, obviously, coming out of the bye week, it's time to go on a run and win some football games. And I think that this 49ers team clearly just got better. Again, I would have liked to see a corner, get traded to San Francisco. But at the end of the day, Chase Young's a 49er. That's all that matters. They basically got him for free, and this defensive line is absolutely loaded.